Hello guys, it's Sajad and I'm here to show you how to install Windows Server 2012 or 16, your choice, on a VirtualBox computer through Linux, Mac, or Windows. I'm going to be showing you on Mac and Windows. Right now I'm on my Mac, obviously, as you can see, it's a Mac. But I do have it for Windows too, and so it's really simple. The reason there's so many guides online, but the reason why I'm doing it myself is because there are I've been watching guys for a while now, and I've had so many problems that people don't really address. So I'm going to address everything. I'm going to make sure it works. If it doesn't work, you message me or whatever, comment, and I will help you out, because it's so annoying when things don't work. And the first step is this is a step that I implement myself, is look at your router. All right, take a look at your router. If you're using a wireless connection like I am, even if you're using wired, like on my Windows computer, take a look at your router and and figure out what brand it is. It could be a Cisco, could be anything. So I have a TP-Link router, right? So whoops, that's the wrong play. Well, I'm gonna open that anyway, so I'll leave it over here. So let's see. You type in TP-Link router login, right? Because you want to be able to log into your router. And reason why, let me go ahead and explain why first, is because if you're in a regular area like I am, I'm in Florida, and you have a regular internet provider, I have Comcast, not Comcast Business, Comcast Home for normal people, and one of the problems is that they give you different addresses, different network addresses, and it's not just the company, routers, they have DHCP, dynamic host, oh boy, well, I already messed up. Well, DHCP, I forget exactly what it stands for, but it's basic. There you go, dynamic host configuration protocol, which gives each host its own IP address. Now this isn't Windows. Otherwise, I would just hit CMD and do IP config, and that would tell me. But I don't really. I can show you. We go to Mac if you're on a Mac, system preferences, and then network. And this is not really part of the example. I'm part of the lesson. I'm just showing you. You have your own IP address. You see here 192.168.184, and that's static because I made it static. Now that's why I'm saying to log into your router. I'm gonna go ahead and log in. Because if your address is always changing and you have a server, your servers won't know who to point to. They'll be pointing the wrong place, and you'll be in trouble. So if you have a router, you should look something like this when you log in. You have all your options here, and one of them here is DHCP. And DHCP, of course, is how the router supplies your IP addresses. And you can see here, it's enabled by default. I wouldn't suggest disabling either, because if you do, you're going to have to go assign each and every IP address. And say you're in a normal home, you have 4 people, each person has a phone, a computer, a desktop, a laptop, a PS4, whatever it may be. They all have IP addresses, and you can't just go, device to device and name them all. So keep it on enabled. But as you have on this computer, we have a clients list showing all the people who are logged in, and an address reservation. An address reservation is reserving a specific IP address for a specific computer. So like I showed you guys, I already did this ahead of time. This computer has a MAC address. Where's my MAC address? Crap. There it is. 3C15C2, yada yada, I don't know if this is bad to show you this, so I'm going to blur out the last 4 or so numbers, but just to show you, it starts with 3C, and here we have 3C, right here, number 1, 3C. And no, MAC address is not only for Macs. That's a different kind of Mac right here. This is your hardware address that doesn't change. Mac is a whole different thing. And just so you know, see, it says here 3C reserved for this computer 192.168.0.184, and look at what my address is. 192.168.0.184, meaning I was successful. Of course, you will have to restart your router and maybe even your computer. Maybe, but not normally. But yeah, and then you can have your own IP address, and that'll tell you. It'll keep your computer from changing address, and then that way your server will be easier to manage. So go ahead and close that. So please look into that. Make sure you have a static IP address. And I don't blame those people for not mentioning this in lynda.com and YouTube or wherever I go, because those people are teachers or businessmen or people who work in a server environment. So they already have static IP addresses and they don't have to worry about it. But we, us common folk, us peasants, we have to worry about it. So the next thing, obviously, you're going to need VirtualBox. Now, I won't show you how to do it or anything else. You do see that I have this really creepy picture right above my parallels over here. But I honestly prefer OracleBox. One is free, so you guys can be like, oh, I can't afford it. It's free. VirtualBox is free. And so I guess it's more friendly. There's more likely to be information on it because VirtualBox works on any computer, whereas Parallels, 1 is paid, 2 is Mac only. So we're gonna be doing VirtualBox, and you download it for Windows, Mac, Linux, even Solaris, and I'm sure they have it for every system. It's a very widely used system. So you want to download it and go ahead and install it. And I already installed it. Should be easy. If you're looking to install Server 2012, you should know how to install some applications. So I'm gonna leave that part to you. Second, we're gonna need Microsoft evaluations. I do not suggest you torrent an illegal Server 2012 or 2016 because you don't need to. You can just get an evaluation. And just so you know, I have tried 2016. I don't have it on this Mac. Right here I have this, and this is 2012, and I'm actually supposed to rename that so it's easier. That's to Server 2012 right here. If we click Get Info, it's about 4.5 gigs, so it will take a while to download. But just so you know, you can totally download Server 2016 if you like. They're both the same thing, except it's like Windows 8 and 10. 2012 is Windows 8. 2016 is Windows 10. So it has a few updates, a few improvements, but I'm just going to be using 12 just to be a little simple, I'm a basic dude. And so first you want to go to TechNet evaluation. You don't even have to type that. You just type in Microsoft evaluation. And the first thing on Google, if you use Bing, shame on you, the first thing on Google here is the evaluation center. And you just simple as evaluate now. Windows Server 2016 and all those. I'm going to be doing 2012. I already have it, so I don't have to do anything, but pretty much all you do is you sign in and you register. You just write you're a student or whatever you are, no matter what you type, it's free. It will take a moment to download. Another thing, when you do download, it'll give you 1,000. I'm going to go ahead and sign in just to show you guys. I'm going to be as thorough as possible. Since this is a little confusing because of a lot of downloads, I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys, and it doesn't hurt me. I'm just here to help you. So since we're doing this from a VirtualBox, you're going to want the ISO. You can get the Virtual Lab or whatever, Azure, but come on, ISO is simple, and it's a file that if, say, you want to one day not do it from VirtualBox, you want to actually burn it to a CD or to a USB and install it on an actual computer, actually install it, then you don't have to re-download everything. So go ahead and do that and click Register to continue. And it'll give you a form. If it says error, it happened to me once before, just refresh, it'll work. But this time we didn't get an error. Put in your first name, last name, student, whatever we want. Doesn't have to be student, I'm a student, so I wrote student. And if you want spam from them, click here for spam, click here for even more spam, and then click continue. And no, it's not really spam. They actually give you some quite useful information, and you barely get emails from them. So if you wanted to, go ahead and check them. And these, just see from here to here, just go ahead and ignore all of those. You don't need those. You never will need those. This is an evaluation. This is for teaching purposes. You won't need that stuff. You just need this right here. This is literally what I just renamed. I should have renamed it afterwards so you can see that it has the same name. But come on. And so you're going to download that. And I'm not going to do it since I already have it right here. Or I'll just go ahead and click it so you can watch it start down here in Chrome. And then I'm just going to go ahead and cancel it. I don't want to hog my internet. And so yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and close this. And again, I'm going to let you know before I do anything else. Server 2012 does require a 64-bit processor, which I have. My Mac is a MacBook Pro 64-bit, of course. It does require 2 gigs of RAM at minimum, and I'm telling you right now, 2 gigs is plenty. You know, it won't be fast, but it's more than enough to do what you need to do. And I'm going to need at least 25 gigs of hard drive space. Now, right now, I've got 88 gigs available, so I'm